Commence primary ignition.
For Thursday, September 17th, 2020, it's the Serenno Squadcast, the official podcast of the Serenno Squad. All right. Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of the podcast. We've got the crew with us today. We have Paul.
Hey.
We've got Evan. And we've got Wayne.
Hey.
And I am Gunner. So, starting off this week, we don't have too much Legion news, but or do we? Do we have any Legion news, Paul?
No, I promise one day there will be news to talk about. One day it will happen.
We'll all be in the same room, probably.
The Squadcast will one day have a purpose. No. But it's okay because we found something that we can kind of make as part of the Legion news approval announcements. So if you follow our squad Instagram, I think it's the Garrison Instagram, is it not?
Yeah, the Garrison Tyrannus Instagram and Facebook page.
And that covers all of Virginia, right?
Yes.
All four squads that are here.
All four.
Yes.
All four.
Follow
of
the
us.
Garrison one.
Now we've got
the guy who runs the Serenno one is lazy.
Oh,
he's
that guy.
He's doing more than I am, let me tell you. I've been doing nothing except for posting approvals.
I hear he spent 3 months doing nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, so since last week I announced my approval photos, I thought, wouldn't it be a good idea to just go right down the line and announce all the other people that have been approved in the last 2 weeks?
It's actually been quite a bit. We've had a pretty big uptick. There was a lull, like kind of in June, July. I felt like we only had a handful, maybe like a half dozen. But recently I've been getting 2, 3 every week to post. So it's nice influx.
Yeah, it's good to have
What kind of stuff?
Well, I'll read them off to you, actually. First off, we have IG2718. And they have been approved for their Imperial Gunner outfit.
I actually have to repost that picture because I think they wanted a different picture uploaded to the website. So we're gonna redo that one. I don't know if they were gonna want me to take that one down or repost it. I've had to take down some if the picture's kind of wonky or something like that, and then re-upload it. So. That one will be duplicated, so watch for that one.
This one is not a wonky photo. I would say this one is more of a playful photo.
Yeah.
Is that why it's being
Yeah.
updated?
Yeah, because that picture is the one that ends up on the website, like in your profile. Like if you go on your 501st Legion user profile, you'll see that picture. So I think they wanted a more neutral pose for the website.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there are requirements for that photo to look a certain way.
Right.
It has to be 100% canon.
Right. And just to give the viewers, I don't know if they can see, an idea of what an approval photo might look like, that's mine from last week, where you get your own little card.
I like the ones that are face characters, so you have the main picture in the center, and then it's literally just a smaller version of that picture in the corner because that's the bucket off picture is the little picture in the corner, but they already have a bucket off, so it's just that picture again.
They haven't gotten creative and come up with another photo maybe for that one.
No.
Well, it is what it is. But yeah, so moving on, that was the first one. The second approved kit here is for TI 42691, and they have a New Hope TIE pilot.
Lots of those.
You can never have too many.
Yeah, I think I posted
I
think I posted 2 or 3 here recently, and then like 2 or 3 TIE reserves. It's like ton of people.
Yep.
What makes yours the coolest?
I'm starting to lean more towards the idea of a TIE pilot. I know there are some people that have those sales going on and deals, but still, it's pricey. It's on up there.
Yep, especially if you get it finished.
But that was
But
a
it looks so cool.
great looking kit.
But you don't need to get it finished because you got me.
That's
right.
true.
The veteran.
The armorer.
The armorer, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to print another armorer helmet for you, Wayne. You're just
A
gonna
bigger
wear,
one, probably.
Yeah, probably much bigger. Yeah.
It's a. I mean, it's a good size helmet. I don't know.
No.
Supersize it. Okay, we'll do it. All right. Next on the Legion approved list, we've got TI 40160.
I guess it does fit.
Yeah, it's pretty. I don't know. Wayne, you might have some different
that's
dimensions.
not going to fit me or Wayne.
All right, I was interrupted. Okay, TI 40160 has been approved for their TIE Reserve pilot, which is just basically.
It's almost like somebody did a really cool video explaining all these things.
It's true. You can see both
spoilers.
the TIE pilot and the reserve pilot in the video, which is the reserve pilot's just the jumpsuit or the flight suit, the hat, gloves, boots, belt. Pretty simple.
Drink because they're on break.
That's my first. That was my first approval.
Many people's first approval. I think it's one of the cheapest ways to get into the 501st.
It's really universal too, as like a base for other costumes. So.
Lots of costumes.
And the last one this week is TI 10258 on their TIE Reserve pilot as well. So exciting stuff. There's actually something. The Legion does live. There's something going on after all.
Yeah, I think I still have 2 more to post. If that was the last one, I have Stogie got his Darth Revan and something else approved that I need to post up. So that'll be coming next time we talk.
Nice. Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't even play the music.
Oh yeah, we're gonna bring him in when it does.
That is the 501st
Legion news. Yeah, we're going backwards.
Legion. You're marking the end of the segment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work, but this was a new little segment here anyway. So I think it was pretty good, though. I think that'll also give us something every week to share about the Legion. A little shout out to the members.
Yeah. The first one you announced, she's been a member. I think she beat me by a year. So she's been around as long as I have. She's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
Now, why did you say that your TIE pilot's the coolest?
Well, because TIE pilots in general are just the coolest.
Oh, I thought you meant yours in particular. I was like, you don't even have a silver strip, so
Or red ones.
what makes the difference? I know that if
Don't need no flashy emblems.
Yeah.
Is that all it is? Is it just a bunch of flash?
Yeah,
or
Paul doesn't need all that attention. I do. I crave it.
are certain of these helmets? I've seen the ones that are for sale or made by these guys. They've got different versions with different gray stripes. Are these similar to like the clones where they've got different colors to represent or reflect their personality?
Well, no, it's always the same color. It's just different variations of the placing.
Well, it
You can
was,
have
and now
this
with the
or
Squadrons game and the Inferno Squad, I mean,
Oh, we haven't gotten there yet.
yeah.
we got to talk about that later.
I think the colors, to me, it seems that the colors indicate, rather than like, well, I guess clones colors, originally they indicated rank in episode 2, and then in episode 3 where they were like your battalion or whatever. I think the TIE pilots are sort of similar, because all the ones we see in the movies have gray stripes, but then you see like Inferno Squad that has red, and then you have like the 181st, which has like red stripes on their suit, and then you have I think in the upcoming game, like you have different patterns on the helmet for different squadrons.
It's awesome.
The pilots you see in the Death Star hangar in Return of the Jedi, they are all just black.
Yes.
So they got more
Ones you actually see.
lazy
Yeah.
as the movies went on.
I think they were leftovers, and they may have just gotten painted over.
If you
Like,
want to
they
talk
haven't tried
about
black yet.
If you want to talk about the TIE pilots in the original trilogy, you are going down a rabbit hole that it is never ending, because I've been reading some of the debates on the JRS Facebook group recently.
I love these debates.
Oh my gosh.
Endlessly fascinating to me. I love them.
They discovered that what we thought were A New Hope TIE pilots were actually Return of the Jedi TIE pilots, and Return of the Jedi TIE pilots with the third gray hose that come around are actually A New Hope TIE pilots.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Wow.
if you look at the current CRLs, if you look under what's listed as a Return of the Jedi pilot, it's all the same thing. There's a gray hose that comes out of the chest box.
John's actually got that build.
Yep.
That's John's TIE pilot.
They have found, number one, where the hose actually connects, and number two, that that's actually how it was filmed in '77 for A New Hope, and then when it came time for Return of the Jedi, they just reused that footage.
Which is what they did. They did that with the new trilogy as well. They reused footage from Force Awakens for the TIE pilots in The Last Jedi. And actually they flipped, like they reversed a couple of scenes so that it looks like the chest boxes were reversed, and it looked like the hose, because it only has one hose, flipped to the other side.
Just invert it and call it a day.
Yep.
Now, my TIE pilot is a little different, because mine is the Empire Strikes Back one.
You see TIE pilots in Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah,
well, you see one.
There's the bombers. There's the bombers.
Oh.
I'm a bomber pilot. That's me. If you pause it and zoom in, prove it's not me.
Are you sure you're not the one who gets hit by the asteroid and tumbles off?
No. I'm one of the bombers.
Yes, because he's the one and only TIE pilot you can see in Empire Strikes Back.
Dang.
A split second between the TIE fighter exploding because it hit the asteroid. You see a little figure fly off from the explosion.
Cool. Well, speaking of TIE pilots, I guess we can segue into the channel update. That means
I'm all about shamelessly plugging myself.
Yep, that means that's more Paul talk. Paul had finally took the time to film himself.
Yeah, I know.
laying
I'm
out
sick of me too.
all the armor and helmet and everything that you need to suit up to be a TIE pilot, and you did a great job. Made a good
it's
video.
like Peter did a really good video, but I felt like I wanted to do something like explaining it. Like, hey, there's 1,001 videos of how people get dressed.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to actually like explain what you're seeing and how it's kind of give people an idea.
Yeah, and I tried to keep all of that in there. I didn't really. I think the only part that I actually cut out was when you were like trying to get your legs into something, and it was just taking a little too long. It was awkward. So I was like, I'm gonna cut that a little. But everything else.
Or when I brain farted on the word code cylinder.
That was great, and yeah, that was great.
Dude.
The tools.
The thingies that go in your arm.
Yeah, Jen. Code cylinders. Yep, but no, you did a great job. And
on that video, that as he's saying that, you're just putting it up in print. Code cylinder.
No, I waited and put it up for when Jen whispered it into the camera. So I was like, that's when you got it. But you were talking about the contrast between yours and Peter's video. Peter really he wanted
Set a high bar.
He wanted to, yeah, well, he got a lot of views. He's almost at like 300 views on his video. It's insane.
Wow.
Which is a lot for us. But he purposefully told me, he was like, do I have to talk in these videos? I said, no, dude, you can just do your thing. I don't like to talk. So he made his video specifically that way because he just, I don't know. He's not camera shy because he.
Oh, no. The ladies love him. That's why he's got 300 views. They all wanted to see his clothes come off and back on.
Yeah. You got to rewind it over and over. He did it
backwards.
Yeah, in slow motion.
300 viewers, but more than 300 views.
No, it's just 300 views.
There's a VHS in certain parts that go
fuzz up. Yeah. Yep. That was a great video though, Paul. Good job, buddy. Thank you for doing that too, by the way.
I'd only been meaning to do it for like 3 months, so.
Yep. Well, it was worth it. I would say so.
That gives us what, 3? It's got Evan's TK, Paul's tie, and Peter's tie.
Yep.
I would do one for my Jedi, but I can't wear a shirt as my base layer. So
Nobody wants to watch you put on a bathrobe.
It's 2 bathrobes.
Well, the Boba Fett is going to be well
You should definitely do the Boba Fett because it's going to be the longest one as you stand there and yell about the backpack and how you can never get it on and how you
and
need
Heather's
help.
like, stop squirming. And I'm like, I am. Stop squirming. I'm trying to help you.
That's part of the show. That's like, yeah, I paid for the ticket, but I don't need that. I just need this section right here. The backpack comes out and the whole marriage falls apart.
It starts with the screws. When you have to screw on, there's 4 little posts, and they're just so difficult to screw on.
Yeah, it's like watching somebody's grandmother try to cut a 7-year-old's hair. Stop moving. Just stand still.
I'll give you a timestamp, Wayne, so you know where to jump in.
Oh, I know where it is. I've seen it happen enough.
You're like, here it comes. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
You need to shoot it time lapse and then just run Benny Hill music over it.
We'll do it.
I need like a wide lens too because I got so many parts that I got to strewn out across the room. That yeah.
Yeah, I've been to plenty of troops where I'm like, hey, they gave us tables, and then Evan shows up. Well, we had tables. I'll just use my bin.
You guys were using this? Yeah, I got to do a clone. Wayne, you got to do a clone. We want the phase 1.
Let me get the armor and build it first, and then.
I keep forgetting that I guess your other armor is not in working order.
No, it's still in a box, not put together yet.
No. Your original clone armor.
No, that's in a box, not
Gotcha.
fit for human consumption.
Gotcha.
Except
It'll
for
bite you.
Except for 4 pieces that are going to make their way to my house.
Yes.
Yes.
I was
Let me know
paint
how
them.
that works.
I was going to paint them this weekend if that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we didn't let the channel know, but I finally got my Saber Guild approval back, and they rejected me, but there was a couple of small issues. Like we knew that there was going to be an issue with the seam with the tunic. We were trying to hide it in the pictures because the guy that was helping me was like, yeah, that seam, they're not going to like it. So we were kind of trying to like hike it up and pull it down, and ultimately they could still see the seam. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to like tuck the seam so that the sleeve comes like way up. But then I need it's going to pull the sleeve like way down. So I need something to cover this whole area. So I can either do gloves or clone gauntlets, and Wayne's already got a built up pair of clone forearms. So I'm just going to use those and see if I can get past with them.
You need the hand plates too, right?
Yeah. I
Right,
could technically do fingerless gloves, but
No.
Do full gloves. Full gloves.
I swear I don't understand the Saber Guild's way of doing things. It was like 2 or 3 people got together and they were doing their thing and they're like, this is fun. And one of them was like, yeah, how can we make it not fun?
This This is too fun.
So
To make it
Sabergill,
a
I
whole
had
lot
no
of fun,
idea.
a bunch of people are going to want to do it. Let's come up with a way to deflect them, and if they really, really try hard, we'll still reject them.
Well,
Crush their
thankfully
spirits.
if I can get that done, and then I need to move one pouch to the back so you can't see the exposed like studs for the belt closure, and then there was one other really small. Oh, like I have some like pleather covers on my boots that need to be like kind of velcroed down so they're not raised. So I mean, overall, pretty easy stuff. I should be able to get approved if I can get those done.
So you were approved or you were rejected?
No, I was rejected with those 3 things that I needed to fix. If I can fix those
Okay.
3 things, and they'll. So what's cool is they'll actually within 30 days, if you send them pictures of just the 3 things that they list, they only look at those 3 things, and if you check, then you're good. So everything else is checked off, but I just have to be able to. I
Then
have
they'll
to send
find
in
3 more things.
Well, the 501st would, but apparently Sabergill doesn't. They only like laser focus on those things. So as long as I submit pictures of those things in 30 days, then we're good to go.
Sounds like a car inspection.
Pretty much.
It's a horrible
It only
process.
cost him
sometimes.
$1 the second time.
Yeah, that's right. What was I? What was I? Where was I going at there? Before Saber Guild. Oh well. Well, that's awesome.
Videos.
Yeah.
Just rewind it and see.
Yeah, hang on one second. Oh, it sounds like German. All right.
Well, a Zeppelin song.
I think that's about it for our Legion news and our channel updates. We're gonna be moving on to our top stories. Top story.
Excuse me, that's the wrong franchise.
I think I don't care.
You let me.
So we got a couple top stories. First one is an interview with Empire, I believe is so is that a magazine or?
Yeah, it's an entertainment magazine.
Entertainment source, whatever. Ewan McGregor talks about his returning to his role as Obi-Wan and their plans for shooting in 2021. So there wasn't too much information, but he did.
There's
what's
not
that?
much. There's
No?
not a whole lot of information, but
No, but he did talk about how excited he was to get back into it and to be this character. I liked how he mentioned or they spoke about how he wasn't from the original trilogy that most Star Wars fans treasure the most, and when they let out those prequel movies, they didn't get the best reception, and he was kind of tied to it. And he says now, seeing a lot of these kids grown up from those prequel series, that it meant a lot to him, and it meant a lot to a lot of people, and a lot of people have come around to it, and it's true. There's a lot of people that poo-poo on the prequel series or the prequel episodes, whatever you want to call it, and they are what
wrong.
I grew up with. What'd you say? Wrong.
Those people are wrong.
Yeah, they are wrong. But no, I thought that was a good point that they made. If any point other than they're planning on shooting in 2021. Did you get anything else from that interview, Paul?
Just that I think we'd known this for a while. I swear it didn't seem like new information, but a lot of people were hitting on it. It's that this is probably going to be a one and done series. It's probably just going to be anywhere between 4 and 6 episodes, and that's it.
A limited
not
series.
Yeah, no plans for a season 2. They're going full Watchmen with it. Like, nope, one and done. We're gone.
I like that.
They've got, kind of both ends of Obi-Wan, so you can't just be like, oh, well, we can just fill the middle of it with whatever for however long. It makes more sense to have a kind of like a deadline to what you can, I guess, create new for Obi-Wan and his story. And I assume it's going to be tied to Luke and, you know, the his family there on Tatooine.
I hope it is.
There's been all kinds of rumors about, like, you know, is Hayden going to come back and do like some kind of Force Ghost or flashback kind of thing, which would be super cool.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yep. But I guess other than that, not too much. But it's good to have interviews like that pop up that still are sparking. You know, it's not like the fire's out. I really was worried about this whole Obi-Wan series with the pandemic and stuff. I thought there was so much, like there just still hasn't been anything like set in stone. There's no evidence of anything. It seems like it's all talk. So it's easy to believe that it could be postponed, but I'm glad to hear that they're moving forward with it. And like they said, a lot of people are going to be looking forward to seeing Obi-Wan again. So
I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting to see the shift in perception for the prequel trilogy, because I know when I was a kid, I mean, I hated Jar Jar, my friends hated Jar Jar, everyone hated Jar Jar, and that was kind of like the I don't know, it almost became like a pariah for the prequel trilogy as a whole. It'd be like, oh, you like prequel trilogy? Oh, you like Jar Jar?
That didn't come around until high school, you know.
Yeah.
All those kids grew up and they were like looking back and they were like, Jar Jar was lame. But then like they're saying it to me and I was like, but I love Jar Jar. I thought he was hilarious. Like that's I learned to talk like him. I tried to mimic his voice. So I mean, it's that.
Did you do the tongue thing too?
No, Mr. Jar Jar Binks. That's as close as I can get.
Yeah.
But
I'd go my whole life without hearing that again.
Okay, bye.
Well, you're better than whoever they got when that took over on the Clone Wars for him.
Oof.
God, I hated that.
That was bad.
Yeah. There's a couple episodes where Ahmed Best, for one reason or another, couldn't come back to do the voice, so they got somebody else.
Dang,
Yeah, there's no way that they were like, "Yep, that's good enough. Do it."
Hang on 1 second. My computer's on 3%. I gotta plug up.
Oh, I was
Keep it going, guys.
To stay on fire.
But yeah, I don't know. It's really weird because it seems like the perception of the prequel trilogy has gone a complete 180 degrees, and there are people who argue that it's the best of Star Wars, especially with the sequel trilogy coming around, and I think people were let down by that ultimately. I guess they were hoping for another original trilogy, and what ended up happening was something completely different like they did with the prequel trilogy. So yeah, I think it's all in nostalgia. It's nostalgia.
Yeah, give it 10 years, people will start changing their tune, and then
Yep.
once 20 years hits, everybody will be like, oh my god, I love Rey, I love Finn.
Why Kylo is the best character in Star Wars. BuzzFeed article.
Some people think he's the best.
I do, but I mean that could be a whole podcast on why. But yeah,
And it
has his lightsaber right there.
You did introduce yourself as.
He's on a blanket right here.
Very nice, very nice. What posters do you have back there, Evan?
You can't really see them because I'm like super far away, but they're actually mirrored posters. So I have Sith right here. This one was actually in my bathroom till about 30 minutes ago. We have a Star Wars bathroom downstairs, which you guys who've been to my house have seen. It's the main bathroom kind of in the downstairs area off the kitchen. So
I never went to the bathroom.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Where did you go?
I thought the little bush. Oh,
yeah.
The coffee pot around the back.
the planter right beside the doorway. Yeah.
You can kind of see Anakin's face on this one. So they're actually supposed to be mirrored, and they're supposed to kind of, in my bedroom when I was a kid, they were touching each other. And so like this one has Darth Vader and that one has Anakin. So you can kind of put them next to each other and they're kind of like one head. This has got like Sith guys on it. This has got Jedi guys on it. And this one right here is a little tiny Rogue One poster that I've had since Rogue One came out.
Sweet.
That one. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Dude, I used to have those posters too. I see it now.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, I used to
Wow.
have those too.
That's hilarious. Thanks, Wayne.
You've got a great. That is what? Where did you get that?
Is that the Jabba band? What are they
Yeah.
called?
The Cantina
Yeah.
band, right?
But
Or
done as a
not
live
the
poster.
Cantina.
Max Rebo
There's a-
band.
Yeah.
That's it.
Max,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is a keeper.
Yep. That's why it's framed.
Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, Ewan McGregor interview with Empire, fun stuff. Another top story, or should I say, rumor? I don't know anything about this rumor. Evan, you said that there's some, which there always are Mandalorian rumors, especially
Yeah.
being that everyone's expected a trailer to release by now, and there hasn't been. Could that
Yeah,
be
like-
because of Celebration being canceled?
I think Celebration being canceled, they definitely changed all their marketing plans. Well, everybody was expecting it to hit tonight, which is why if you see me, I keep reaching over to my phone to hit the thing
It's I've
to
got
see if I've
YouTube
gotten
up.
any alerts.
Okay.
To see if I got any alerts. Because tonight
Breaking
is
news.
the first Monday Night Football game, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not a football fan.
Oh, I did not think about the commercials.
Monday Night Football is on ABC or ESPN. Either way, they're both owned by Disney, which owns Lucasfilm. They really like putting out trailers during football games. That's what they've done for the last 5 years. So everybody's like, is it going to happen?
Halftime.
And there was
halftime.
a person on Twitter whose bio reads trailer editor put up a GIF of Baby Yoda and just said like feels or something like there's some like very simple thing. And everybody's like, oh, does that mean?
Disney's
So.
great at the underground shadow marketing though, like stuff like that where you're like, is it real or is it not? Is it fake? Like, yeah. So I mean, to me, it seems like this is a better chance than any other chance. I almost would prefer no trailer. Like, I want to know nothing going in, but I know if there's a trailer, I'm going to watch it and every single one of them that comes out because I'm just a glutton for punishment.
Well, the trailers that came out for season 1, I remember watching those trailers and then watching the series and being like, I was not expecting that scene to be from
Yeah.
this scene. So they did a good job. Like what
That's true.
I remember one of the most iconic scenes from the first one was the gunslinger coming up on the speeder bike and turning around with a flare lighting up the ground. Remember when
Yeah.
Mando and the gunslinger, the young guy, they are trying
DC
to
McDoucherson.
they're getting sniped and they shoot up the charges
Yeah.
you see him swing in on that speeder bike. And I remember watching the trailer being like, oh, that's gonna be like some bad dude. And then it was just that kid. And I was like, nah. They kind of hyped that one up. But
If you want something fun to kind of realize Disney's marketing, go back and watch all the trailers for season 1 and realize there's no mention of Baby Yoda anywhere.
Yep.
oh yeah,
That was the best kept secret ever.
Yep.
I remember the very end of the episode.
There's going to be like marketing textbooks written about that.
They're like, finally, we all knew that it was possible to keep our mouths shut, but someone actually did it.
I can't believe, I still, to this day, I'm like, how did they keep that a secret? Like, how? Like, knowing,
They did.
like, someone leaked the entire plot for Rise of Skywalker like 2 months before the movie came out. But they kept Baby Yoda a secret for like a year.
It's got to be respect, because I think it was
It's
George.
because they didn't make toys.
True.
The toys are the biggest leaks in all, like a majority of all the big leaks come
Wow.
from the toy companies.
Yep.
Who's this new action figure?
A mountain trooper. Wow. Who's that?
I don't know. We haven't
Shore
met him yet.
trooper?
Yeah, never seen it again. A range trooper? That's going to be so cool. Seen in 5 scenes.
Yeah.
Patrol trooper? Wow. 3 seconds of airtime.
I didn't see it
Still.
because I blinked.
Yep. But what are the rumors? I mean, that it's
Just
being-
that it's going to be tonight.
wow. That's
Wait, I
Yeah.
thought tonight was Thursday.
Tonight is Thursday for all of you listeners.
So
But-
we have definitely either seen or not seen the Mandalorian trailer that either did or did
Yes.
not happen.
Here in
Everybody's
podcast
like-
world,
Everybody watching and listening is like, you idiots.
Yeah, we're like recording during. I think Monday Night Football is happening now, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
Yep. I don't know who's playing. I don't know where they're playing, but
I don't do the football, so I don't know.
I was told that they would be playing tonight, and then because we normally record on Tuesdays, I was thinking, will everybody be cool for Monday because of football? It looks like none of you guys care too much about football.
I don't produce enough testosterone to give a two shits about football.
Fair enough.
Does somebody
My
with
brother-
a room like this watch football? I don't think so.
My brother's the big sports nut.
Yeah.
So he's the guy who watches 3 different games at once.
Nice. Yeah, my brother is also avid sports fanatic. He's got his own fantasy football podcast for all you fantasy football people out there. Check it out.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
fantasy football podcast?
Are you not at least, if you're gonna plug it, at least plug the name? What is it?
So it's Stardom Fantasy Football. Check it out. It's Stardom Fantasy Football. Yep. It's good stuff. They got a podcast and everything.
Links
they
in the
did-
description.
They did. Yeah, I need to do that actually for him. But
And then you tell him to link back to us. That's how
yeah, he actually does share almost all of my posts. So
If you put Stardom Fantasy Football as a link below this, before they get to this point, it's going to look like you're running some kind of scam. It's your Star Wars podcast with football.
Yeah,
Not buying
next
it.
we're going to be plugging DraftKings.
no. I wish
Hey.
we would get some kind of
Look at that.
sponsors.
I'll gladly cash a DraftKings check.
Yeah, yeah. I'm tired of paying for this podcast. It needs to pay for itself.
Manscaped.
Just give it away for free.
Can you imagine the views we would get if we could get Peter to be our sponsor?
Oh
Manscaped with Peter. That just sounds dirty in and of itself.
yeah.
The Serenno Squadcast, sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Any sponsorship, unless it's really politically incorrect.
And even then, we'll think about it.
We'll mull it over.
I've got a little Disney Plus news. I don't think we talked about this. There's a new feature that Disney Plus has on their platform. I'm not exactly sure. I have not looked into it
Is
as
that
far
what's
as
updating right now on mine?
I don't know, but what it is it is a feature that allows you to see extra behind the scenes footage, deleted scenes of movies and shows and stuff. And that also includes Star Wars. There are some, you can go on Disney Plus and you can view some extra, from what I saw, it looked like footage that was never, that I haven't seen in any documentaries. And it's just behind the scenes footage from different camera angles and stuff like that. And
I know I've seen some deleted scenes and stuff like that on there.
that might be what it is. And this is original series or original trilogy stuff as well as as all of them. Have you had a chance? Have you checked that out? Do you know what that is? Am I over exaggerating it?
No, I don't know when it launched. They might, or they're updating it to more. But yeah, I've seen on some of the things you can go through. It's not quite as much as you'd get on the disc, but it's around the same similar stuff that you should get from the discs. Like Rogue One still sadly has like nothing, but yeah, there's like deleted scenes and some of the making of stuff is on there.
I was curious as to whether it would be totally new stuff that you hadn't seen in any other documentaries. But you're saying that it's basically the same stuff we've seen. Because, I mean, there are some documentaries that cover almost all of it, like Empire of Dreams and stuff like that.
The way it's actually pretty cool, actually, because unfortunately with the way they released the DVDs and then the way they did the Blu-ray box set, there's not much overlap in features. So if you want to see some deleted scenes, you have to dig out your 15-year-old DVD that aren't on the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So actually the Disney Plus stuff actually is a pretty good mix from what I've seen.
Sweet.
It's interesting.
Yeah, so I saw that. I thought that was interesting. I'll have to check it out rather than just talk about it, like, just because I heard it. But that
It'd be
would
cool
be
if they had a
really
feature like while you were watching the movie. If it had like a little pop up in the corner that's like, "Ooh, hey, this location, this scene was actually shot in blah blah blah, and on this day, Daisy Ridley stubbed her toe or something like that." Like, I don't know if you guys watch Impractical Jokers, they have like Impractical Jokers inside jokes where they just show reruns of Impractical Jokers, but it'll pop up like, "Oh, on this day, Murr spit out some soup into Sal's hair and Sal beat him up," or something like that. It's just like goofy, like little tidbits that you wouldn't ever see anywhere else, but that are interesting for fans.
I do think it would be cool to have, like, if there was a deleted scene, where the deleted scene was, be like, hey, view the deleted scene and throw it into the actual flow of the film.
Like
Or-
the biggest on deleted scenes, the biggest sin of deleted scenes is the scene that was deleted in Phantom Menace where Maul is chasing Qui-Gon and Anakin through the town. I don't know if you guys seen this deleted scene?
No.
When you watch the movie knowing the deleted scene, the movie makes no sense because they're in the town and they're like leaving to go back to the ship, and then all of a sudden you see them in the desert and they're running, and then Darth Maul's coming in, Qui-Gon's like, "Anakin down," and then he has to, and what happened was they were in the city when they were walking around, the Darth Maul's little drone like comes up and spots them, and then they're like, they have to start running, so you actually see the reason why they're running.
Wow.
So you should go on YouTube, and I think you can find the whole scene like spliced together, and it makes so much more sense. And why they deleted it, I will never understand.
I'm going to check it out right now.
Yeah.
No, but that does
He
sound
lies.
awesome. I
Not checking
I
out
never-
anything.
I never knew that there was any scene that big cut out.
That scene in that movie will bug you forever and ever. So like maybe don't watch it, but yeah.
I think I can live with it. I need to check it out.
I could go off on a tangent about how they changed the flow of that movie, but I won't. There's one scene that really bugged me.
Well, what's that one thing that bugged you?
Between the multiple edits of that movie, because what was in theaters in 1999 is not the same thing you're watching on Disney Plus. It got special editionized, I guess you could call it.
Really? Because that is
Yeah.
the first movie that I saw, the very first Star Wars movie that I saw in theaters, and I never, I don't remember there being much of a difference.
There's no second lap to the race.
Yeah, the second lap of the pod race is significantly different.
There's no second lap in the original theatrical release.
Yeah, not like that one. It's way
much shorter.
It's left to okay. They did a second lap. Here he comes again.
Pretty
You don't
much, yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think there's like a couple other big scenes that were changed. The one that always bugs me is leading up to the pod race. They changed the order of some scenes. It's tweaked a little bit. What happened in the theatrical cut is Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are talking, and he helps Anakin get into the pod. Jar Jar is watching, and he sees the Eopie fart, and he gets grossed out. And what happens is because the Eopie farted, Jar Jar gets distracted and doesn't see Sebulba come by and sabotage his engine.
Mm-hmm.
In the current version, the scenes flow differently. There's something else put in there, so you can't clearly see, oh, Jar Jar didn't see Sebulba because of the fart.
It's the isn't it the guy selling the things?
It's something like that. There's either another scene put in there or they just reordered things. It doesn't flow quite as right, and it's clear that this fart has a reason. It's
Yeah,
not just
because
a fart.
I'm pretty sure in the special or the newer one, it's just a fart for humor's sake, and it has nothing to do with Sebulba. And that I think isn't it Sebulba and Anakin are talking face to face, and then Sebulba like Anakin turns around, and then Sebulba's like and breaks it off.
Yeah, there's something else that happens, but it's like, why didn't Jar Jar standing right there? Why didn't he see him?
What are you gonna call this? The fart Jar Jar paradox? What is this?
We need the Paul cut of the movie.
Oh God,
Hashtag
no.
Paul
Nobody wants
cut.
that.
Paul cut. Paul's cut. Paul's cut. I'm
God, no.
up for it. I will fund as much or as little as I can.
All the Lord of the Rings fans are like, God, this movie goes on forever.
Yeah. Fun fact: out of the 6 original Star Wars movies, none of the versions that are on Disney Plus are theatrical cuts. They are all different.
Wow.
They've all had multiple levels of change.
Wait, even the sequel trilogy movies?
Sequel trilogy, there's only one version of each of those, but the 6 original films, the George Lucas films, every single one of those that's on Disney Plus now is different than what it was in theaters.
Wow.
Attack of the Clones had 2 different versions in theaters.
Yep.
What?
Fun fact. Yes.
The thing where he's rolling and his backpack starts sparking, that was for the DVD release. That got changed almost the day before it came out. He just kind of added that in.
What are you talking
He
about?
added the sparks to let you know, it's malfunctioning. That's why he didn't fly away. Because so many people asked, he's got a jetpack. Why didn't he just fly away? So he added little
Django.
sparkle things. Yeah.
Okay.
Sparky things. So I don't know. That's why he didn't.
Huh.
Yeah, there's a
For all
couple
you
little
dummies out there.
changes
Didn't he
along the way.
shoot his jetpack?
No,
Tried
he gets
to.
rolled under the reek,
Yeah.
and it messes it up. So when he's standing up, it's sparking and shooting.
Right.
I think you see sparks when he rolls as well.
It's possible.
And right before he gets his head cut off, you do see the jetpack ignites, but it doesn't work.
Yeah. Wow.
We've just blown Gunner's mind.
That's dark too.
You're blowing my. These are some deep cuts here. I love it.
I just picture Django getting decapitated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is some deep stuff. I like it. And wow. Yeah. I'm speechless. I did not know such things. So what else? What are there other changes have you noticed?
McClunky.
Yeah, McClunky. I love McClunky.
I do too. I think it
McClunky.
adds to the scene.
I have not watched any of the Disney Plus versions. I only ever watch them on DVD.
You should watch A New Hope is the one that has the biggest difference because it's McClunky. The Han Greedo scene.
What is the
changed.
McClunky? What is that? What is that?
The Han Greedo scene has changed one more time. Right before they shoot, there's now a new scene. It lasts like what, a second? It's a cut to Greedo, and he says McClunky, and then dies.
Oh, gotcha. It's funnier when you don't know what you're talking about.
Now what else? Episode 2. It looks a lot less like Anakin's playing with himself.
Yeah,
that scene has always bothered me. When Anakin's having his nightmare in episode 2, in the original versions, you just kind of saw him like crashing in bed. It's like his arms are under the covers and he's not wearing a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So if your mind is in the gutter, you're like, what is he doing there? This is a family film. They've added a voiceover where you can hear Shmi's voice, like she's in terror.
Right.
Huh.
Right.
Either Anakin's into some stuff, or he's having a nightmare.
Yeah. Anakin needs some cornflakes or whatever that was.
Episode 2, the Freudian slip.
There was some stuff tweaked in episode 3, and I can't remember what it is now. Episode 3 has the fewest number of tweaks, but there still some stuff was tweaked, and I can't remember all of it right now.
And then the original trilogy was definitely tweaked.
Yeah. Of course,
So many levels.
Empire has, you've got Ian McDermott in there now. He wasn't added till 2004, 2005.
He's on the Blu-rays.
Yeah, he was added before the Blu-ray. Or was he?
No, he was in the 90.
He's not in the 97 version, no. Because they shot it during episode 3.
That's right, yeah. That's right, yeah. In the 97 version, it's still old B eyes.
Yeah. Monkey face.
That scene is terrifying with the big gross ugh.
Yeah. Monkey eye.
You have to admit though, when he shows up in Return of the Jedi in '83, you've got to think the people are like, who the hell's that? Certainly in who he was talking to before.
It looks. I love that scene now because I love how he kind of has that Snoke appearance where he's like really big and it's just like his head and he looks really scary. I love that scene in episode 5 now.
Yeah.
And he's got extra lines too. I think he has.
There's one or two extra lines.
Yeah, because I listened to a side-by-side and he has so fewer lines and the scene is so much more powerful in the new versions because it ties it back to stuff that happened in episode 3.
Although you have to admit, though, I would like to see from the old one, stop staring at me, I got stung by a bee. My eyes are swollen.
Gunner's confused looks makes me think I might have to let him borrow my theatrical DVDs.
Yeah, I've got those. If you want me to bring them?
Bees? They're bees?
Just watch the scene on YouTube.
The original Emperor in 1980 was an old woman wearing a cloak, and they superimposed monkey eyes over her eyes, so he looks all weird because Ian McDermott wasn't cast till they started shooting Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it's the guy that's voicing its wife in the cloak. She's just mouthing it, and he's voicing it.
And this is in Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
Yeah. In the scene where Vader and Emperor are talking through the hologram.
Yes, that's a woman.
Yes.
In the original version, yes. It's a woman with monkey eyes.
Wow. That's, when coming up as a kid, me and my brother, we called Palpatine oatmeal face because we were little kids and that's all we could we didn't know nothing, but it was like, he looks like he has oatmeal face. So it literally was a woman with oatmeal face. It was not even the real guy.
And monkey eyes.
The monkey eyes is freaking me out, dude. Like taxidermy monkey eyes.
No, it was like superimposed. It was like a visual effect.
Hold on.
Oh.
Just you gotta Google the scene. The scene is so weird, and the voice is all wrong. Like it's just like a totally normal voice. He's like Darth Vader. It's like me.
You guys
talking.
Have to send that to me because I.
You need watch the side by side because the side by side. So because they completely change the scene and they add all the new lines. It's like night and day.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Do you have it up, Wayne?
I think Wayne found the picture.
Is there any way you can share that with me?
Oh, jeez.
Can you share that on the?
There we go. Sorry, I think I lost connection there for a minute.
It's okay.
Oh, hey, you're in a different spot.
Yeah. Whoa.
Stung by a bee.
Dang, man.
Go on YouTube. There's a series of really good videos. I forget who did, but just look up Star Wars: The Changes, and it's all like side by side. Like this is what it was in 1977. This is what it was in 1980. This is what it was in 97. Because there's like 10 different cuts of A New Hope.
2011 is the first time they brought in Ewan McGregor.
Was it
Which
that
would have
one?
been the Blu-rays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's when they added the Darth Vader. No, when he was
Yeah.
about to grab the Emperor and toss him into the reactor
I
shaft.
hate that so much. It's still
I remember when
the one
there was a
part-
huge internet outcry when they add that in. They're like, "That's so dumb." I don't really care.
Hell yeah.
Whoops. Did you guys
Ah,
hear that?
I heard a hell yeah.
What was that?
I just realized I found your Star Wars changes video.
Yeah,
You
there's
just got us
a series
copyright
of videos.
strikes.
They're all really good. It's fair use. We're talking about it.
I want to see if I can find it and then maybe share it with the screen.
Can you get copyright strikes for one note of a song?
Even if we do, what are they gonna do? They're
Gonna take all our ad
gonna
revenue.
take all your money.
Actually, I think my favorite Emperor is the model that I built. I've got it back in my room. It's one of those vinyl models. And I built it and I painted the whole thing. And once I got it painted, I was like, oh my God, this looks like Richard Mulligan.
So good.
Richard
It
Mulligan.
really does. Like it looks just like him. And so then my mind was like, how much different Return of the Jedi would have been if Richard Mulligan was the Emperor. Oh,
Dude, that is some weird stuff. I got it pulled up here. Let me see. I'm sharing my computer sound.
well, Paul changed.
Let's
Uh-oh.
see if I can.
Yeah, he keeps having problems.
That's okay. You look kind of hand drawn, but by a small child.
Whoa, what just happened?
I don't know.
Can you
Are you
see
screen
this?
sharing?
Can you see this, guys?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's really strange.
All right, here we go. So that's the picture.
Yep.
Oh
Doesn't
God!
it looks so much cooler in the new version.
What do you mean? Look at that. That's got to be easily like a wasp or maybe a hornet sting.
It looks like a fake alien suit, but with a nose, like a
So wait,
mask.
so they did add him in the DVD.
Look at the mouth. That is so
Yeah,
creepy.
maybe it was 2004. Take it back.
Wow.
They definitely touched it up for the 2011.
Yeah, I think it's been tweaked in every release since.
Yeah.
Definitely been brightened up a lot.
Yeah, because in the Blu-rays it's like
Made bigger.
really blue.
Yeah, and it's smaller.
Are we back?
Yep,
Yeah.
we're back.
Well, three of us are.
Well, that worked. I think we'll see how that
All
worked
in the
out.
dark.
I just see Paul reaching out.
Help me.
It's
So
eerie.
after the Squadcast, I got a question for you. I got a proposition for you, Evan.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Get ready for that proposition. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm ready for? I'm ready for us to talk about Squadrons.
That's what is next. But where is
Yes.
Paul?
There he
He's back. Paul's here.
He's
A resident
here.
TIE pilot.
He's having his Wi-Fi has decided to be like, I'm going to be problematic.
It looks like we jumped to hyperspeed without Paul, but he is here to talk to us today about the new Star Wars Squadrons trailer that came out today?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Today.
Today.
It was
So, yeah,
today.
it was really
It doesn't
really
matter
good.
because it was before this was recorded, or at least
Time is a flat
released.
circle and has no meaning.
That's right.
And so is the Earth.
Yes, it is a cube, and it's also hollow. There's
And it's a toroid.
civilization of ground
Toroid?
lizard people.
Yeah. It's like a donut. Earth is a donut.
But that is not what this podcast is about. So we're gonna get back to our.
I thought the world was a vampire.
All right.
It's only if you're
Courtney.
singing through your nose.
Yeah, Billy. Great.
Well, three of us in this 4-people group could talk about Squadrons because 3 of us are TIE pilots.
Okay.
And
All right.
3 of us have Xboxes.
Hey,
Technically,
I'm a
don't all of us
reserve
have TIE
pilot,
pilots?
mister.
Yeah.
Let's say all 4 of us are technically TIE pilots.
Technically.
I'm just on
Oh, yeah.
reserve.
Yeah, no, that counts. That's still.
I'm the
Jolly
coolest.
Roger.
You guys are regular, and then Gunner's just over there.
He just hasn't gotten his assignment yet.
Drink. You two, come with me. I was on my break. I say that every time I watch that movie now. Every single time where he's like, we'll have to take them ship to ship. You two come with me. But I was on my break. I have to say it now, and I don't know why, but
Oh, that's a little premature, Paul. Put that down.
Oh, spoiler alert.
All right, that is
It's
not
it's a
tie.
TIE pilot helmet. It's
No.
black, isn't
All
it?
right. Oh, the Darth Vader. Paul's got a new Darth
God.
Vader.
The amount of times we've been called Darth Vader. TIE
Just-
pilots are not Darth Vader. We got hoses and don't have capes and don't have lightsabers.
Darth Vader had a hose.
Wait, wasn't
Oh,
Wayne
yeah.
called
Had
White
mul-
Darth
he
Vader?
may
in
have-
his-
He had life support. That's just about it, I guess.
I think Wayne was
Yeah.
called White Darth Vader one time in his Stormtrooper. Is that right, Wayne?
yes, yeah. And you were called, weren't you Darth Maul when you were Kylo Ren?
Yeah, that was at the Vinton Dogwood Parade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those people are like, what is Star Wars? What is this you're talking about? I've never heard of this thing before. Is this some kind of movie franchise?
Still what gets me is how anybody, this movie's been around since 1977. How in the world are you still calling it Dark Vader?
Well, that's Spaceball's fault,
Dark helmet.
I would say. I would say that Spaceballs is, to some people, I think more people watch Spaceballs than watch Star Wars at first. I don't know, but I imagine that more people were into comedies as films, opposed to sci-fi films when the movies came out. So there are probably more people watching Mel Brooks films than George Lucas films when they came out. And I guarantee
When it came out, yes, because Spaceballs came out in 86.
so. It
Yeah,
was
something like
already
that.
standing on the shoulders of Star Wars and all those, Alien, all those movies.
Yeah,
But
everything is parody and had already,
but
had
yeah.
already made its impact. That's why it made it so big.
I remember being 6 years old though and being corrected. It's like, no, boy, it's Darth Vader. It's spelled Darth, Darth.
Dark.
Yeah, but enough of that. We're talking about the Squadrons trailer. It was amazing. It
So good.
was like it was its
Like
own
a
little
little short
plot.
film.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. It was like its own film. It was like a little plot. It
I'm
was
really hoping it's not in the game, because if so, that game is going to be short enough as it is, and now you've taken away my
I
enjoyment
want to
of-
see that again. I hope it is in the game.
I don't think it is going to be in the game because they were. I saw a couple places they weren't even marketing it with the game. They were just. It was just on it was like on the Star Wars Facebook page. They called it like ILM short CG film.
Yeah, if it's in the game, it's just an opening cinematic.
Right. That's what I imagine. I would love to see it again because it's so awesome. I love the idea of a TIE pilot being left behind, especially from, spoiler, they jump to light speed.
It's
And
very
he's
on brand.
so close. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get him, and yeah. So that was so awesome. And then to have the kind of the different perspective of a TIE pilot versus an X-wing fighter. Your
It's kind
X-wing
of cool seeing the X-wing as the bad guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of flipped on its head, but it was well done. Like, I mean, that I feel like you could have saved that for a film, and it could have made a movie. Like, it's like that was the best part of the movie, because it was so good. Like where he's just sitting in the debris, and his helmet comes.
Yeah.
It's just so good, so great. And then I like the choice of they got the new characters. I wasn't expecting to see an Asian guy under the helmet, but it makes sense. The Empire, they're looking for bodies everywhere, and it's good to have a little diversity. You don't want a bunch of white guys running around all the time. The Star Wars. That's basically, if you go back and watch the original trilogies, they're all just old white guys in the Rebel Alliance just walking around. They're all, there's a few aliens, but they're all old white guys. It's
straight
like,
white males. The trilogy.
It's like our government or whatever. But yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool to have a totally different character like that. Yeah, and to sport the helmet, man, he makes it look so easy. Like, yeah, this thing's actually useful. I'm just gonna. He's got the communications chatter going on in the helmet.
I noticed he's got the magical hoses, just like Sabine's. He had the hoses. Then when he needed to, he just took the helmet off. It just came right off. Then when he's on
the hoses just disappeared.
Oh, I didn't even
notice. They retract into the box. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're like those fancy, phone chargers.
They're like those water hoses. They're all compact, and then you put air into them.
I've got one. They're nice. They're the best. Actually, you can't go back to the traditional ones after those garden hoses. But yeah, that was an awesome one, and it was so cool to see just the way that the pilot was moving around in the cockpit, and to see the light shining on his uniform, and it just looks.
That's movie magic.
Yeah,
when he was looking around. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, it made you kind of, if you ever put yourself in the perspective, man, how would I imagine myself flying? And it's like, that's basically what you would see in the original trilogies. All you see are them just stone-faced, flicking switches, but they had a lot of, motion and stuff like that, and it just looks totally different. It looked way more realistic and looked more kind of in world. I don't know, it felt like you were on a ride or something like that. So
I'm gonna bomber the crap out of people, just so you know.
The bombers look so fun. Oh man. Yeah. Yep.
I'm in a regular TIE fighter, and then I'm just gonna be the bomber.
Gosh, man, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, guys. I need to GoFundMe.
It's on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. You've got 3 different options. There's cross-platform play.
See, all I've got is the phone. So
by all means, jump on your phone. I will bomb the crap out of your phone.
Did you say it will work on the phone?
Sure.
No.
But I'll say it.
My nose itchy. I really want to get this game. It seems like now, if you were gonna wait to buy a Star Wars game, this is the one you want to wait and buy.
Well, the new Xbox is coming out in November, and the Xbox Series S is going to be, I think it was $299. So there's the $500 X, the $300 S, and supposedly there's one in the middle called a V. I don't know if that's true or not. That seems like conjecture, but there's at least going to be the X and the S. So if you wanted to get a cheaper one,
I'm already confused.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
there's 2 Xboxes at least coming out.
It has more submodels than a Honda.
Yeah, it's like they're doing like iPhone with Xbox now, where it comes out with like, you got like your top of the line, and then you got your like your lower end one for if people don't want to like the really high end stuff. So I think the Xbox Series X is going to be like that's your cream of the crop, and then the Xbox Series S is like the one that you give to your kid that likes to throw his controllers, which would be my brother.
Yes, we all have thrown controllers. Evan,
I gave
don't
my brother
throw
the
your
Mad
brother
Catz
under the
controller.
bus.
Yeah, here's the see-through Mad Catz controller, brother. Enjoy.
It's those things are like half the size of the original controller, but I remember Mad Catz. Cool. Yeah. So if I can afford it, I'm gonna hop on there. I'm gonna let Wayne bomb the heck out of me. Actually, I'd like to join you. Isn't it a two-person bomber?
Yeah, that's what we'll be doing. I'll just be
You have a
bombing
pilot
the
and a
crap
bomber,
out.
right?
It's
Yeah. So I'll be
5-man
pilot.
team.
You really gotta trust me. I gotta get my flying skills up to par.
I think it comes out in like 3 weeks. What is it? Like first week of October it comes out?
Yeah, it's like October 4th or 2nd or something like that. Yeah.
I've already
Whatever
taken
that-
that day off from work, and I made sure I have that weekend off. So
Have you
Nice.
pre-ordered?
by all means, let's play some games.
Has anyone pre-ordered the game yet?
Not yet. Somebody has a
Does
birthday
anybody
like
pre-order
3
games
days
anymore?
before that.
I'm just gonna buy it on my PC because I want to fly in VR.
Oh my god.
You're gonna buy 2 copies.
I cannot.
It's been known to happen, No Man's Sky.
I'm just gonna buy it on my PC.
Yes. Virtual reality. I really want. I guess I need to. I don't know. If I were investing in something that would lead to virtual reality, would it be a PC or would it be one of these newer consoles?
You
PC
can
or
get
PlayStation.
You can get PlayStation VR.
And it's
It just
pretty
depends
good.
on how much money you want to spend. Like you can pick up a PS4 for a couple $100 and then PSVR for a couple $100 more bucks.
New baby.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a new baby system.
Who has a new baby?
That'd be you.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unborn
Not
child.
yet.
Yeah.
Not exactly an
No, I'm
ideal
just
time
saying,
to be building
that's
a
where his money's gonna go. You know, you could buy this, or you could buy this, or you could buy diapers because you're gonna get a bunch.
Well, we already invested in a bunch of diapers. We got cloth diapers.
Ooh boy.
Good Lord, what are you from the 20s?
Yeah, basically.
My mom did cloth diapers and we were talking about it the
What
other
are you,
day.
from the 20s?
She
I'm sorry, I just love the environment.
I hate the environment.
Yeah, I despise it. You don't know what it's done to me. Ugh. It's personal at this point.
I want gasoline diapers.
Gasoline diapers, so you could just burn them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you want your baby to have flammable pants, man.
Yeah, I don't.
Pants on fire.
It
I
helps.
don't care.
It
Well,
helps the
keep them
baby.
from
It builds
smoking.
character.
Yeah.
They don't develop memories till they're 12, so whatever. They won't care.
Yeah.
12.
Don't you
Says
start
that says
smoking
a
if
lot
do,
about
your
you,
pants will
Evan.
catch on fire.
All right. Well, yeah, Squadrons. That's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to.
I can't wait to fly a TIE bomber and a Y-wing.
I think you should try Evan's virtual reality, Wayne. I feel like you'd go nuts. You'd
I
never
don't
want to
wanna
come
throw
out.
up in
You'd
his
be
VR
like,
setup.
leave me. Leave me in this dark vacuum of space.
I have 2 VR headsets now, actually.
I don't want to throw up in his secondary old VR system.
I don't care if it's like covered in sweat. I will do it. Give me in
No,
there.
I sweat way more in the new one because it has it's like more powerful, so it generates more heat. So I have to turn my fan, and I'm sitting there and I'm sweating, like I'm taking my socks off, and I'm just like.
It's sparking like Django's jetpack.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I want to see the logic here. You've got a VR headset, and as you use it, it gets really hot, and so you're sweating in it. So you take off your socks.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
You could take off the headset.
Or I could just take
No.
off my socks.
That's
Okay.
it's a very good point, Evan. Your hands and your feet and the top of your head. That's where all your heat releases from. So if you get really hot, you just uncover one of those bad boys and let the heat roll out, and you cool down. And there's your science lesson for the day. I don't know what to call that. I don't know what kind of science that is. Witchcraft.
I do. BS science.
Yeah, I got a lot of that. Okay, guys. Well, last but most definitely not least, we have another segment of show and tell. And today, our sweet young Paul has a really exciting treat for us today. It's a Darth Vader helmet.
Wow, Darth Vader, cool.
Yeah.
All right, to all you listeners, it's not a Darth Vader
Somebody
helmet.
broke my helmet.
Oh, it is Paul is taking a Captain Rex animated clone helmet, and he is opening the back like a trap door with a hinge.
Do you have
So-
magnets in there?
Yeah, there's magnets,
Oh, I like that. You just have the flexible
And the-
strap.
and then there's a strap holding it. Yeah.
That's really
Wow.
smart. It's not rigid, and I like that. I like that a lot.
This is really small on my head. My head just barely fits in here.
It's probably the right size then. I would say my clone helmet, which is bigger, I think, than most, I've printed one that's smaller than this one I have. And Wayne, you got that one. Well, we tried. It was a little too small. But looking back, I think my helmet is a little too big. And with my armor, it looks a little bobbleheadish, but it's not too bad. So I think yours is going to look great because your helmet came from the same source as your armor, and there's your chest piece you're showing us there. Have you got that? Have you got your shoulder straps on there? Okay, there's the ab piece.
Yeah, there's flexible shoulder straps. You can't see them because they're covered in blue painter's tape at the moment, but
How long you been curing that glue?
there's no glue on here yet.
Oh, it's just taped up and held together, assembled.
Yeah, because I've been going through and rough trimming everything to try and get the fit.
So you definitely want to make sure all the pieces are comfortable and fit well before you start
Yes,
gluing and sealing the stuff.
which gluing will happen soon, probably starting with this bicep.
Most of these pieces, the ones that are multiple pieces, like maybe your thigh or calves, stuff like that, the bigger ones, are these like clamshell pieces? Are they do they just have a seam that you just stretch them over your leg? What's the how did this vacuum form kit come out, and how are you making it work for you?
I am going to be singing the praises of Kevin Weir, aka Imperial Surplus, for a long time because of how well designed this kit is. So pull some pieces out here. Apologies for the noise.
It's the beautiful sound of plastic.
Yes,
Sweet, sweet plastic.
but for anybody else listening, sorry, go to the YouTube page and watch it.
That's true.
Which you can see here, what he has done. These are the spots for the Velcro.
Wow. And those
They're
they have been inlaid into the plastic.
So
Basic.
throughout the whole thing, there's little divots and spots where he's already being like, oh yeah, you're going to put Velcro here. You're going to glue this side, and then you're going to put Velcro here. Or like when I was opening the box and I got this piece, I'm like, what the heck is this? Where does this go? What this is it goes right here. It slides behind the back of your chest, and this is the Velcro so that your front and back can come together.
Wow. So this
And this right here in the middle, this seam is the seam that shows between your front and your back.
wow. So Kevin,
Ridiculously well designed.
yeah, Kevin has engineered this to perfection almost, I guess, from multiple runs of and probably himself putting these together and having people, give him feedback about it, and he's just fine-tuned it over the years.
And like this piece here, it took me forever to figure out what the heck this is for.
All right, you're freezing
Frozen.
up. Okay, nope, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, as you were going, so I was going slow. This is the same thing as that other one, but it goes on your side. So this is the butt plate, this is the cod, and this little divot right here is the exact width that you need for your holsters. So the metal bar that you get for your holsters is going to sit right there.
Now, none of these extra little, I guess, little nuances in the armor were originally vacuum formed for the original films. These are all just things where he has gone through and tried to trim it up, clean it up, make it as seamless as possible. Is this considered to be, well, okay, we're talking about Kevin Weir here. Now, he only does clone armor, correct?
No, he does other kinds too. He mostly does clones.
Yeah, he does Shore Troopers as well.
He does.
My question is, does he do
He does Shore
original
Troopers and-
trilogy?
No, I don't believe so.
Cool.
I don't think he does TK armor anymore.
Gotcha. So basically, he's not making armor to be replica armor of any type of armor, because all of this prequel clone armor was never actually made. It was never physical armor. It was just CGI.
And especially this, because this is the animated style. So this is coming from a cartoon. So I get to make my body fit like a cartoon, which is as comfortable and fun sounding as it seems.
So they're
Little
just,
hourglass shape.
right, little
the reason
more
my helmet
exaggerated
splits in half.
features.
Yeah. The arms are going to take some doing, because
Take some
my
work.
arm will go in. It is difficult to pull my arm out. I might take the layers of skins with me.
Yeah. That's
Well,
how it is.
doesn't Brian? He has that Commander Colt, and he has to grease up his arms to get his.
Yeah, he has to put baby oil on his hands, and he still cuts himself every time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way for it to expand slightly at the end, so that I can slide my arm through. Because I'm actually trying.
You're freezing again, Paul.
And it ain't moving.
Wait.
No, not at all.
Yeah, nothing is moving. You are
There
as
you go.
still as they come. Oh, there he is. Hey.
Don't worry. It wasn't frozen. That was how long it took me to get my arm out.
Oh, okay. We didn't miss anything.
It actually did freeze for a second, but yeah, it took that long to get my arm out.
Yikes. Yeah, you probably did take a few layers of skin. That's how it is for mine as well. Being 3D printed, it has very little forgiveness. It's very rigid. So you just gotta tough it out.
Yes, but so far I cannot sing the praises of this armor enough. It is extremely well designed, and he has a series of YouTube videos that explains the entire build.
That's awesome. It's very useful if you're trying to get
My Wi-Fi
into
is taking
this
crap, it seems.
and you're not trying to be too intimidated. When you can, I think that's like one of the best things you can have is people with examples of how they did it beforehand. So you can watch an entire process of someone going through every step to completion, and you're like, okay, I now have the confidence that I'm going to buy the same kit, do the same thing, and I know it's not going to be a waste of money, and I know I'm going to get it done because that guy could do it. So without videos like this and people like Kevin, you're not going to have as many people encouraged to go out and do this kind of stuff. So that is awesome. It's kind of what I was hoping to bring here to the channel, so that we can have more people kind of into the same stuff, and also not be so discouraged or intimidated by all the work, because it's so much work. Like when you tell somebody, yeah, not only does it cost like $700 for the whole kit, but you've got to sand and paint like basically the whole thing. Okay, $700 is a little low, so we're talking like double digits. Okay, I don't know why this became a sign language podcast, but it has, and I'm
I don't
doing my
want to just come
best.
out and say how much I spent on it, but it ain't
Oh.
$700.
Okay, well, yes.
Damn.
I was thinking of I guess like a standard TK maybe. Or is
Standard
that
TK is like one of the cheapest hard armor kits you can buy.
is that around that neighborhood, the 7?
My whole kit was just under 800, I think, for my TK, but I also got a insane deal on most of my stuff.
Gotcha. Ooh,
My
we got some nice
my
posters.
my Boba Fett
I'm
costs
hoping for better
like
Wi-Fi.
almost $4,000. Yeah, don't do Boba Fett. It was also spread out over the course
Or
of like
do a
3
Boba
years.
Fett. It'll just
Or
cost a lot
do
of money.
one, yeah. Difficult to build, expensive, almost impossible to get it approved. Have fun.
Love that poster.
Yeah.
Actually, look, check it out right here.
We moved. We're trying for better Wi-Fi.
Well, I got the red background.
Here.
Wow. Oh, we're bringing the dolls out now.
Not a doll, it's an action figure.
It's a posable action figure.
I don't know.
Wayne
how long
actually
this
got me
has
that
gone
at
on,
Celebration.
Yes, it did.
I love
One
your
of only
wrap
2
this
figures
up?
I keep in a box.
What'd you say there, Paul?
but do we want to wrap this up? My Wi-Fi
Obviously,
is-
you do. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I don't know how long this has gone on, and my Wi-Fi is apparently my phone is not liking it.
All right. Well, yeah, we are about to the end here. Did anybody want to recommend anything that they've seen in the last couple weeks?
Just
Uh,
life, and I don't recommend it.
I would check out the High Score. That is a good one. I talked about that last week. That one's still good.
We watched Bram Stoker's Dracula this weekend.
It bothers me that you've never seen that before.
Yeah.
I don't have an explanation for you. I just have not seen it.
It's one of the cooler stories,
It was
like-
especially the
1992?
beginning. I like the intro, the beginning where
it
it's
was
like,
pretty creepy. Like for how old the movie is, there was a lot of creepy stuff in it.
Have you seen Interview with a Vampire?
Oh yeah, that one's great. I love that movie.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
It's total bullshit, but it's a great story. All right, guys. Well, if that's it, I'm gonna say to check us out on the YouTube channel if you want to view all this stuff on video. It's the best way to go about it because you get to see all the fun stuff that we deal with and all of our little the decorations and whatnot. Paul's got this amazing wall of posters and autographs. It's actually, I don't think the video is doing it justice because when you're there, it's like, holy crap. It's the real deal, baby. Real deal. And, but yeah, so check us out on Instagram as well. We've got the Serenno Squad, just the Instagram for the squad. We've got the Garrison Tyrannus, which is all of Virginia Instagram. And then we've also got a new Instagram for the Squadcast itself. Wake up, Wayne. We're
You
not
went too
done.
far, I died.
Yeah, and that about wraps it up, guys. So thank you all for coming on. Thank you guys for listening. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.